What is the deal, beautiful people? It's your favorite Uncle Rizza, and I'm here to talk about Forza 6. Now, you guys know I'm a huge Forza whore. I've got some history with this game. It's just, Forza's, to me, is the ultimate balance in a simulator. It's very inviting to the newbies. It's challenging to the pros, and it's damn near addicting to anyone in any one of those customizable realms, be it tuning, be it actually setting up the cars and how you upgrade the cars, the part you put in it, how it feels, and right back down to the tuning. The paint jobs. There's so much in Forza that just grabs you, and it does it in such style, such elegance. One would even say such swag. But, I was a little worried when Forza 6 was announced earlier this year. And if you look at what's going on, I think Forza is in danger of falling into that every year release cycle. And it may not be the case because Turn 10 really put their hands up to step out on the Xbox One first and show what the hardware could do. And they did a good job with Forza 5. So I kind of understood that. And then Horizon followed quickly after, and that was a treat. And then 6, it's like, wait a minute. Are these guys moving too fast? Like, what's going on? But if you really pull the layers back on Forza 5, there's a lot that was missing in terms of expectations or meeting expectations. It really was just a really, really pretty Forza 4. It wasn't much added into the fold. And that was okay, right? It's new hardware. I was going to miss Forza dearly if there was no Forza to play on the Xbox One. So I'm very grateful for the effort. And not that there was anything wrong with the game, but I've got a laundry list of shit that I need addressed. So I guess we can get into it and really start to list my expectations for Forza 6. And I'm still digging for a lot of details. Some of it's really hard to come by, but let's get into it. So right off the bat, the first thing that I really want from Forza is remodeled physics. And from what I've been reading in the forums, in some E3 videos, some interviews, and on the Forza site itself, that is entirely the case. And I'm very happy for that, because playing Project Cars, it really makes me see just how behind Forza is. And I want to say that a little different. And I want to keep it that way so you understand my point. But I wouldn't say they're behind. It's just a last generation physics model. And next to something like Project Cars, it shows its age. Project Cars is such a beautiful game in terms of the physics. It was amazing. And I was really looking forward to a lot of that in Forza 6. And it turns out to be the case. And one of the main reasons for that was they had to rework the tire simulation to really get the weather down. And I appreciate it, man. And weather's one of those things where you would expect me to say, yes, finally, weather. Neither here nor there. I think weather adds a dope element to the online race, and I can do without it and I can do with it. It's not high on my action list. Then there's the nighttime racing. I think the nighttime racing adds a bit of intensity that we all could use. I'm happy to see that being added in there. But overall, my biggest thing was the physics, and I wanted to see Turn 10 really push that into a new direction. And I think they did with this guy. So I'm reserving final judgment, of course, obviously, until I can get a hold of it and really put it through the paces. But these guys have, I read an article the other day, shout out to Serial, he sent that through, where I think it was GameSpot. They said, Forza's only problem is that they have no problems. And these guys have built up an incredible amount of clout over the years, where, what they say they'll deliver, they probably will. You can have some faith in them. So I'm happy about that. One of the other things is I want more attention to detail in the customizing world. One of my pet peeves, and it really drives me nuts right now, is let's say you take a car that was naturally aspirated, a Honda Civic or something, and you drop a turbo in there. I want to see a boost gauge in the goddamn cockpit. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Gran Turismo's been doing it. Need for Speed way back in the day has been doing it. Like, there's no reason we shouldn't have these type of things. I should be able to put gauges all up and through my car. The PSI on the turbo, how much pounds of boost it's pushing. I should be able to monitor the oil pressure. All of this stuff I want to see. It's a simulator, baby. Like, let's put that in there. And then you get down to things like, spacing out the wheels, bringing it out. And the thing about Forza, it's always been about the customizing in the paint and the tuning, so on and so forth, the parts you put on. But I felt like they never really achieved it in the showmanship department. And that's something that, if you paid attention to the new Need for Speed, they're coming home with that. That underground thing is back, man. And I wish we could get a slice of that in Forza. It was so dope to see in a Need for Speed, my man hit the rocket bunny layout, and boom. I want a piece of that. Let's get some more fenders. I'm tired of seeing the same rims, the same spoilers. Let me do a custom spoiler. I want it taller, I want it wider. Let me pick, you know what I mean? A lot of that's in Gran Turismo. We still have yet to see it in Forza. I don't hear anyone talking about it, so I got a feeling that I'm going to be disappointed on that front. I've been wanting that forever. In terms of other expectations, I really wish that they would hurry up and get a lot of the older tracks back. Man, I missed the Fuji tracks, the mountains. There's a lot of tracks from Forza 4 that I missed, and I've been making do. The game hasn't been terrible, but Forza 5, it's got its good share of tracks, but 6, man, I want to see them bring it. I really want to see them bring it. And especially when watching the video where you see that the water is placed in a realistic real world spot where it does make sense that it gathers in real life on the track, like between two hills, and you hydroplane. That stuff is dope. And it really opens up a world to, just completely changing the track that you've known so well for so long. Now it's an entirely different world. So I look forward to more of that. I think that's dope. I want to see the online lobbies come back. You could buy cars. You could buy the entire car for sale, not just the tune. I thought that was such a dope concept. Dudes would put together cars and just sell it for $1 million. And you got your trusted tuner, and you know that when you break the bank to buy this car from this dude, it's worth it because the car is set up nice. I want to see that come back. There's talks of leagues. We don't quite know how the leagues will work, if it's going to replace clubs or it's going to go along with clubs. We're not sure yet. We're just going to step aside and really wait and see when the game comes out. Hopefully more details comes out as the game becomes closer to launch. But my expectations aside, I feel like it's coming along nice. I was very impressed with what I saw. I was very impressed with the 3D modeling for the puddles and the hydroplaning aspect. That was something that I really enjoyed in Project Cars, man. I thought that was awesome. And, they hit their mark again with the 1080p 60 frames. There's some new tracks coming. I'm looking forward to hopping in there. Here's a big one that I always seem to forget, but I slam it on the review. The point index. The point index when it came to Forza Horizon, I thought was a lot better than Forza 5. So it's still up for debate. Shifter will say it was because of those X cars, the Indy cars, that they really screwed up the index. But A-Class is where I race. I feel like A-Class is a good enough class where you have to have some creativity to get a nice running car together, and you can still put, you know, decent amount of parts on and get a nice performing car without maxing out all the parts. So over the years, we've always stuck to A-Class, and A-Class in Forza 5 was sort of interesting. You know, you started to see a lot of supercars like your Lambos and I was like, Ferraris. There's a crap ton of Ferraris in the A-Class, and it just didn't seem right. I mean, it was fun to be able to finally get some supercars in the A-Class, but after a while, it was like, I don't think this Ferrari should be going up against this Silvia. You know, and it is fun to see those matchups, but I thought the A-Class in Forza 5 wasn't handled correctly. And in Forza Horizon 2, they did a much better job at getting it together. A lot of those cars made sense that were in the A-Class, and I want to see them continue to work on that and get it down. But other than that, I'm super excited. I had my reservations when I first heard that Forza 6 was coming this year. I was super nervous for the franchise, but it looks like these guys got it together, man. The fact that they redid the engine, and I can attribute that to the fact that Forza 5 is just a pretty coat on Forza 4, so they had some time to work on 6. I like that. I like the weather. I like the nighttime racing, but let's see what else they got in the bag. It's your boy Uncle Brizza. Leave some comments. Let me know if you're excited about this, or if you're just waiting for Gran Turismo, or you're sticking to Project Cars, you're waiting for that Need for Speed. Let me know what the deal is. I'm out of here. Peace.